Yeah, that was good win for us. Playing without Ibuka, our guys have been good in the last two games as far as game prep, uh, and Ibuka's a big part of both sides of the ball for us, and we're a little different team without him. I think that goes without saying, but um, the way we came out, started the game, like in the last San Jose State's good, but I knew Arlington, really good defensively. They don't give up many threes. They're hard to get away from. Um, just hard to find a crack in there, like get around their guys, either get catches or penetrate. They're pretty good. They're really good at doing that. So we kind of hung in there. They got a little physical, and I thought we got a little fatigued. And tribute to them, they're strong and athletic. And then, but we guarded really well. First 35 minutes game great, and it's a good win for us.
All right, so Coach, they did have the lead in the beginning, and they had a 2-point lead very early. But you guys pretty much took over after that, and pretty much stayed with over a double-digit lead. Got up to 19, I believe. So, what was the motivation coming into this game? Was it to avenge your last home loss, or was it just looking at this opponent that we just have to take care of business?
No, I'm like I said, I'm the biggest cliche guy there is. Your next game's your biggest game, and we're just not gonna talk about that stuff. I did think about that. So I didn't realize we lost two here this year. That one we're 13 with 11 to go, and we have had trouble finishing those out. And the Vegas team, we were kind of controlled that one too, and couldn't make free throws. So we're still learning in that capacity, and we struggled when they started pressing a little bit tonight. And I got a little frustrated, but we kind of evened it out, made our free throws, did a pretty good job there. So it was just, I think I told our team, I said, look, this team is very similar in whatever their ranking and what they do to San Jose State and UNLV. They're better defensively, I think, than both. And they're a little better rebounding, not as good offensively, but they're in that same package. So it was a good win for us. I can see where it could get really sticky with them, as I say. Like, it could have been a real rock fight. It kind of was, a lot of free throws. But you get in a rock fight like a team like that, they get confidence, and it's tough. And I'm glad we won the battle of the boards by 11. That was to keep them to 4 offensive rebounds out. That's really, really good.
Yeah, I was going to mention that you guys were I think plus 9 on the boards, but you
No.
guys they came in with a plus 32.
Come on, plus 11. Am I looking at that wrong? Give us a.
Well, I'm saying 32, 23, so that's 9. Or I give wrong stat sheet.
It's important to me. No, it's 33, 22. That's right. No worries. You got
They gave me the wrong one.
or dyslexia.
Yeah.
But anyway, or one of us.
One of us, yeah.
It's all good.
Whatever, you guys.
We out-rebound them.
You guys pound them on the glass. That's the point.
That's great.
And they came in. They were a plus 10 team on the board. So how
Yep.
much of an emphasis was that?
That was a big one. I mean, I think they're 37th in the country in offensive rebounding, that's why I was really tickled that we were able to do a good job there. And we're a good rebounding team, which is, we were really worried about that when losing Maxine from last year, and for us to really improve in that area is compliment to our returning guys. AJ really helps there. Oscar really helps there. Chisom, he's improved there. He only had 3 tonight, but he's improved in that regard. And Ryan's been a good rebounder for us. So that was important for us. And they don't give up many threes. And I thought, we went 5 for 16. I thought Benny had 3 really good looks. Second half, we could have really shot it well against them. That would have been really good.
Yeah, I guess a two-parted question for you. I'll start, kind of talking about Okori. Who was it? Donovan Young still out, and is Toure out as well?
Yeah,
So, do you have kind of update on that? And then the second part of the question is, how tough is it to play without Okori schematically? Kind of what are you changing?
You know what? It's not tough in the sense of it's just we're not as good. I guess it's like we know we're not as dynamic. We're not playing off his paint touches and his penetration all the time, and he's so lightning quick. But we've still got a lot of good transition. Like throwing over the top, even just off misses, because they send four or 5 guys to the glass. So we were able to get defensive rebounds. We got some transition that way. Got some transition against the press, which is important for us. It's been good for us. We turned them over a little bit tonight. That's their one Achilles heel. They they have turned the ball over this year, and we forced 14. And with a Book out there, we usually we could have been 18 to 20. I think that's where that helps our offense. But and then Donovan, I think they're closer. I think if things go well, we'll have them in the near future for sure. I think after Christmas we should be having those guys, and we need those guys. And Jalen's done a nice job playing 14 minutes tonight, giving us, and he was out for over a month, and just his length, and he was just locked in defensively and trying to help the team, and that's just neat to see. We're a guy that's put a lot of time in and then be rewarded and have the right attitude about that. It's been great.
All right, so Coach, piggybacking on that, Corey being a young player, a true freshman, leading scorer and leading assist person. So how is he dealing with missing multiple games with that status, and then being such a young player? How is he dealing emotionally with missing multiple games, and how are you explaining it to him?
Yeah, he's really, and you guys have seen him, he is a cool customer. He doesn't get too high, too low, but that's a good and a bad thing. I think he's pretty even keel about it. But if something is bothering him, he's not one to express it as much. It's a little easier if he's like, really, I want to be out there. And he does. I know he does, but it's, there'll be some rust when he gets back out there, and he'll have to, I'll try to lower his expectations. It's going to be hard. We're going to be playing, probably, if he gets out there, there's going to be some good teams coming. And, you got to get to 100%. I mean, it's like Wembayama right now is coming off the bench for the Spurs, and he was like, his plus-minus was like minus 18 against the Knicks. And it's like, well, he's got a little rust on him. And he was out a little longer. Hopefully that won't be the deal. But just he doesn't have to come back and be the rock star that he's been. It'll happen. So, good question. And I'll check in with him to make sure that he's doing okay.
Yeah, you guys outscored 19-3 in the fast break. Gotta be happy with that. It was a 16-point win.
Yeah, no, I think I thought they're a pretty deliberate team offensively, and very deliberate. And I was a little worried about that. Like I said, that leads to a rock fight. If it's just a quarter court game, and they're getting to the foul line, if they're getting second shots, and we're getting beat up, and we fouled a lot more than we have and I thought that's a little more to their advantage. But like I said, we were able to defensive rebound, which led to the transition points and some steals too.
Yeah, Coach. I don't think it's finals right now, but I just want to ask how do you coach a basketball team during finals, especially at Stanford?
You know what? I kind of block it out myself, because if I really thought about what they were having to do, I would probably not want to practice for their sake. So no mercy. It's a rule, like, hey, no one's going to feel sorry for you. We're just going to go get it. And it's funny, I thought they're actually coming out. Sometimes you come out of finals and there's a little relaxation. They're sleeping in longer. They're out of the routine. I felt we were a little sluggish to start the game, just our defensive feet, or maybe we're just a little slower without Ibuka. but they definitely weren't the same. But I think there's some of that too. So, we got a big one coming up before Christmas. It'll be a great test for us, and then we got a pretty long break, and then we pretty much got Northridge, and then getting in the league.
What kind of thoughts on Colorado and the challenge? Thoughts on that team?
I've seen a little bit of them, and boy, got a good history of competing against them in the Pac-12, and they do a great job they've probably had, my goodness, I think since I started off at Washington State, I want to say they had about 5-6 NBA players. They do a great job recruiting, and they play the right way. I can pretty much tell you what they're going to run. I don't think Tad's changing much, and they got really good young players we recruited. They beat us on a couple of recruits that they're doing well, and they're a little new, but they got good talent, and they're playing pretty well. So it'll be really good. It'll be like an ACC game, but a throwback Pac-12 game.
Have you been to that arena before in Phoenix? Have you been there?
I want to say maybe. Which one is it?
The Suns arena?
I think we play. I can't remember. We played a couple neutrals there, and I want to say we played in there before, but I'm at that age where I'm not 100% sure. but I think we have. I can't think who we played, but we have. one of my other 3 head coaching jobs. It wasn't Columbia. I know that.
Thanks,
All
guys.
right, thank you.
Appreciate it.
How good does it feel to come back home and get this victory after you guys had the bad taste in your mouth against UNLV? So how good was it? You guys, even though they got the lead early, you guys got off to a really good start once you took the lead and kept it the whole game.
Yeah, no, I feel like this game we just came back to our principles. The main thing was just continue to build upon the lead and just continue being disciplined offensively and defensively.
Yeah, I mean, I thought our main emphasis as a team is defend, rebound, and take care of the ball. And, we did 2 of those pretty damn good tonight. Probably a few more turnovers than we'd like, but overall we stayed with our identity, and it was a good win to come back on our home court and, defend it. And now we got another great team coming up that we're going to compete with. So.
What was kind of the key to finishing strong in this one, in terms of walking out with a comfortable double-digit win? You guys kind of turned the Jets on a few times in the game, so what's kind of the key to that?
Yeah, I feel like the main thing was composure, holding our guts, as our coach says, and when they started to trap us in full court press, and just trusting each other, being strong with the ball, coming to the ball, just trying not to turn over the ball.
Yeah, Benny, for you, obviously you and Jeremy have kind of turned into like a duo recently. So just kind of talk about the relationship you guys have on and off the court and kind of how that contributes to like great guard play.
Yeah, I mean, Jeremy's a really good player. Coach would describe him as a fountain because he's always smiling, great energy. He gives it to great energy to the team. So just having him on the court playing, it's very contagious, and he's really good with the ball and without the ball. Great shooter. So, yeah, I love playing with Jeremy.
All right, so for this game, after the San Jose State win, what were you expecting from this team? Did you have any type of knowledge of what they had, or did you know individual players to look out for?
Yeah, they were good. We knew Seamster was good scorer, and we know they were really aggressive defensively. They made it hard to reverse the ball, and they really stayed home on the 3-point line. So, just trying to get paint touches and, like Chisom said, hold on to the ball and not turn it over was a key emphasis.
Yeah, Benny, just kind of speaking about being able to kind of lock up Seamster, he only went like 2 for 7, I think, with like 7 points. Just kind of more on the guard play, I guess, to be able to defensively stop a guy like that.
Yeah, I think Chiz did a really good job, and we ran a good amount of zone that game, so we were able to, compose a really good player, a good scorer, and yeah, our coaches are always just talking about being on a string defensively, so if one guy gets beat, there's help side, and just being able to guard the ball has been an emphasis for us because, we put ourselves in those positions the way we play defense, so making them play the game the way we want them to play, and we'll surrender to the outcome.
Chisom, just how fun was that dunk you threw down at the end of the game?
Oh yeah, that was pretty fun. I didn't know I made it till I saw the bench reaction. I didn't know I thought I missed it, but then I saw everybody get up, so I was like, that's pretty cool.
He knew he made it.
I didn't know. I didn't know I made it. I didn't know. I just threw the ball in.
Just kind of in general, kind of talk about kind of your next game is going to be against Colorado, neutral site game. You guys won 2 neutral site games earlier this year. Just talk about kind of the key to building on this momentum and what can you guys learn from the Acrezia Invitational as you go into Phoenix?
Yeah, I mean, Colorado's a really good team. We actually saw them at Acrisure. I think they won the tournament. They're a little invitational as well. They beat Washington, so they're a really good team, good guard play, and they're going to compete. So we just, we want to be the tougher team, out-compete them, and, yeah, we'll start preparing for them tomorrow, and it should be a great match.
Yeah, and Benny, the press break at the end, I guess, didn't work for a little bit. So just is that something you guys are going to work on in practice? Obviously, you guys got it going together a little bit at the end, but just
Yeah, 100%. I mean, partly that's on me too. Just you got to hold the ball, look up the court, and find the open guy. But we emphasized it after the San Jose State game, and I think we got a little better. But yeah, we'll work on it the next few days, and hopefully by the time the game comes, we'll be ready for any type of press.
Anything else? All right. We'll be back
Thank you.